Okay, so this might be one of the most relatable yet infuriating things I've ever read on Reddit. And I say that because I guarantee at least half of you watching this right now have lived this exact situation. So we've got a post from a 24-year-old woman on the relationship advice subreddit, and she's asking a question that sounds simple on the surface, but is actually pointing to something way deeper. She wants to know how to deal with her boyfriend's weaponized incompetence. And if you haven't heard that term before, buckle up because once you learn it, you're going to start seeing it everywhere. She starts by giving us some context. Her boyfriend is 26, they've been living together for about a year, and he moved into her apartment. She's quick to say that they both consider it their home now. And things have been amazing. For a while. But recently, she's started noticing a pattern. And not a cute one. She says she asked him to put the mop away.
Simple, right?
And his response was, I don't know where it goes. Now here's the thing. The mop has always lived in the pantry. Always. Not sometimes. Not usually. Always. But okay, fine. Maybe he forgot. People forget things. Except then it gets worse. She's cleaning the apartment and asks him to just finish up by mopping the floors. That's it. One task. Later that day, she follows up and asks if he did it. And what does he say? He says he looked everywhere and couldn't find the mop. Now here's where you need to really pay attention. Because she then mentions that this happened shortly after the first incident. The one where he claimed not to know where the mop goes. The one where he ended up putting the mop away himself. So not only does he know where the mop goes, he physically put it there with his own two hands. And then turned around and said he couldn't find it. Let that sink in for a second. This is the part where the story shifts from, oh, maybe he's just a little forgetful, to something a lot more deliberate. Because that's what weaponized incompetence actually is. It's not real incompetence. It's performing incompetence strategically so that the other person either gives up asking, does the task themselves, or gets so frustrated trying to explain it that it feels easier to just handle everything alone. And she's got more examples. She asks him to vacuum the bedroom because she has bad allergies and needs it done regularly. His response? He playfully says, I don't know how. Now, I want to be clear here. This is a vacuum cleaner, not a piece of complex machinery, not a specialized piece of equipment that requires training. A vacuum. And rather than doing it, he just doesn't. He says he doesn't know how. Playfully. Like it's a bit. Like it's funny. And she's noticing that this is becoming a pattern. The playful, I don't know how, I don't know where, I don't know what thing is happening more and more often. And every single time, it ends with the task not getting done. Now here's what really gets me about this situation. She says that when she gets frustrated and pushes back, he doesn't drop the act. He doubles down. He commits even harder to the idea that he genuinely doesn't know what he's doing. And when she refuses to help him or walk him through it, one of two things happens. Either he does it wrong, or he just doesn't do it at all. And she's exhausted. She's carrying the mental load for the entire apartment. She's keeping track of everything that needs to be done. She's doing tasks for two people, by herself, while also managing his supposed helplessness. And here's the really frustrating irony of weaponized incompetence. It works. It keeps working. Because the person doing it knows that eventually their partner will just do the thing themselves. It's easier. It's faster. It avoids the argument. And so the behavior gets rewarded. Over and over again. She's asking for advice on how to confront this before it gets worse. And honestly, that self-awareness is everything. Because the longer this goes on, the more normalized it becomes. The more it becomes just the way things are. And before you know it, one person is managing an entire household while the other one floats through life pretending they don't know how a vacuum works. The comments on this post were full of people sharing their own versions of the story. And the advice that kept coming up was consistent. Stop explaining. Stop walking through steps. Stop doing the task yourself when he fails to do it. If the floor doesn't get vacuumed, let the floor not get vacuumed. Natural consequences. Because right now, the consequence of his incompetence is that she does it instead. And that's not a consequence at all. That's a reward. Others pointed out that a direct, calm, non-angry conversation is necessary. Not in the moment of frustration, but as a sit-down, serious talk. Naming the pattern out loud. Saying, I've noticed that when I ask you to do things around the apartment, you often say you don't know how or where things are, even when you've done those exact things before. That's not okay, and it needs to change. And the deeper point that a lot of people raised is this. Weaponized incompetence isn't just annoying. It's a form of disrespect. It communicates that your time doesn't matter, that your needs don't matter, that maintaining your shared home is your job, not his. And in a relationship between two capable adults, that is not a small thing. She said they both consider this apartment theirs. But right now, only one of them is acting like it. The fact that he's 26 years old and pulling the I don't know how a mop works routine is not cute. It's not quirky. It's not endearing. It's a grown adult choosing not to contribute and using fake helplessness as cover. And she deserves a partner who actually shows up for the life they're building together. So, I want to know what you think. Have you ever dealt with weaponized incompetence in a relationship? Did you find a way to fix it, or did the pattern just keep getting worse? What would you have done in her situation? Drop a comment and let me know. And if you want more stories like this one every single day, smash that subscribe button because we are just getting started.